Kydex gun holsters. It's been a while since I've done a holster video, mostly because it's been a while since I had a holster that I thought was worthy of doing a video. I've had some problems with holster manufacturers in the past, and in general, in the sort of gear community, it's hard, it's been my experience at least, to find good customer service. There is some out there, but I've had a lot of problems both with holster manufacturers in the past as well as just websites in general. So it's refreshing when I can find some good customer service. I've had several kydex holsters. I've done some videos on at least one of them I know. I eventually stopped using it because I just didn't like the guy that made it. I had so many problems with him. Since then, I've been using this kydex holster that I had made by an instructor that I know, and it's been good, but I've had some issues with it. There were some things I didn't like about it, and I kind of wanted to change it, kind of wanted to get something new, but I didn't really have any good options for what I could do with that. So when Jonathan Parrish over at Pro-Tek Concealment sent me a message and said, hey, can we send you a holster to check out, use for a while, and then maybe post a video of it, I said, absolutely, send one my way. I would love to try something new. We exchanged a few emails. I told him what I was looking for in a holster, and this is the product of that, which I'll get into in a minute. Pro-Tek Concealment, they are out of Central Georgia, fairly well known locally apparently. Family-owned business. They've been involved in aerospace industry fabrication for 20 years, which I think gives them a lot of experience in making quality stuff. And aside from that, I'm guessing a little bit here, but I think they probably have equipment that other holster manufacturers may not have. One of the ideas with that being injection molding, such that they can make these clips with injection molding instead of folding them over. And I'll get into that a little bit. I absolutely love this holster. Granted, he did send me this holster to check out, which I appreciate, but I liked it so much that I turned around and ordered, paid for 2 more of them because I liked it so much. I got another black one like this for my M&P Compact, which is what this is, and also got a black one for my M&P Shield. So I'm certainly going to retire this holster I've been using. I think I'm going to retire the Raven holster I've been using for my Shield because there are so many things that I like about this holster, and I will get into them. You can check out their Facebook page. I'll put their contact information down below in the notes here. Check out their Facebook page. You can email Jonathan directly or their upcoming website. Holsters come in a myriad of colors. Obviously come in black. Just for some examples, the front here is the Coyote. The back here is the Flat Dark Earth. Price on them, $49.99 for the black, and then a couple dollars extra for some of the colors. Lead time on them is about 2 weeks, so pretty quick compared to some of the companies that make you wait even 4 months. Insane. Made here in the USA, great communication with Jonathan, and again, made the holster exactly like I liked it. The specifications, the things that I was looking for in a holster is I wanted a holster that ended at the tip of the gun here. It didn't kind of come down to a taper like some of the holsters have. It just made it a little bit shorter for, you know, when you're concealing it with a shirt. I wanted a holster that had belt clips that I could slip over my belt instead of the fixed belt loops. And I wanted, well, obviously pick your color. Oh, and I wanted it to be kind of compact this way. I didn't want a big, super long holster. And he was able to do all of that for me. Holsters are made standard with the .08 kydex unless you specify otherwise. They can change the cant. They can make it so it comes down to the taper. Aside from making gun holsters, they make knife holsters, magazine holsters, whatever you need, flashlight holsters they're working on. So shoot them an email, let them know what you're looking for, and they can customize one for you. Some things that the holster comes with. It comes with thread lock here. Oh, it's in there somewhere. It comes with some thread lock because the holster, you can change the height of it by moving the clip up and down, and once you figure that out, throw some of the thread lock on the screws, and that will keep them nice and tight. Just another nice touch that they have with them. Let's go over some of the construction of this holster. On the front here, obviously it is molded to the gun. In this case, my Smith & Wesson M&P 9 Compact. It of course covers the trigger guard. One of the nice things about kydex compared to leather, if you're not familiar with the two, leather requires break-in period. It comes pretty stiff, it eventually breaks in, it becomes nice and loose, the gun goes in nice and easy. I've seen holsters, some leather holsters that actually shrunk to the point where the trigger guard was not covered, and there was a guy that actually shot himself because the trigger guard was not covered. Kydex, on the other hand, you mold it to whatever you're using it for, and it comes out of the box, so to speak, broken in. I mean, there is no break-in period. It doesn't shrink, it stays like it is, and that's one of the nice things about it. The retention can be adjusted on them if you like it a little bit tighter, a little bit looser, that can be adjusted. Like I said, it's adjustable. And all you do for that is you take these two screws with the clip, you can move them up, move them down, and it can ride a little bit higher, a little bit lower, whatever you prefer. On the back here is the sweat guard. 3 height options for the sweat guard. This is the medium. Comes a little bit higher, comes a little bit lower if you prefer. Looking at the clips here. Now the holsters come standard with injection molded fixed loops, the ones that you see on a lot of holsters, which work well. I think they're probably more stable, more reliable over time than these. But for me, getting dressed, these are just so much easier, quicker for me getting them on and off. Just snaps right over your belt, easy on, easy off. Takes about 10 seconds to get them on and off. You know, sometimes when you're feeding your belt through the other kind and you get those stiff gun belts, it can just be a hassle getting through. They're both on and off. So as I understand it, he sells extra clips and loops for $8.99, and I absolutely love these. One of the areas where I think they also shine, as you can see, compared to my other holster, this is just not held up as well. This is clearly folded over. The tip at the bottom here, I had to remold it some. I had to trim it off some because it was just not fitting over my belt well. These being injection molded with this little bend right here, you can't bend them that way. Like if you're doing the kydex molding, I don't think you can physically do that. So I love that they were able to do that with these, if you're looking for a little different clip option. Between the loops and the holster, there are these rubber grommets. They set the holster out just a little bit so that when you're feeding your belt through, it's a little bit easier and you're not feeding it super right up against the holster. Also, they help with a little bit of the wear as you're wearing the holster, and this is going to move around a little bit. They take some of the shock out, so it's not everything riding just between the holster and the connection between the holster and the loop. So I think that will give it a little bit more longevity. And you can see here how this clip works. Just pulls right out. Super easy on, easy off. As long as we're zoomed in here, let's have a look at the finish, because the finish on this is crazy smooth and well done. Perfectly smooth around here. There's no rough edges. Whatever they use to sand it, they do a beautiful job on it. But the fit and finish, again, I think it goes with all the years of manufacturing they've had, and they do a beautiful job on that. So there you have it. Kydex holsters from Pro-Tek Concealment out of Georgia. If you are looking for a new holster, check out one of these. Shoot Jonathan an email. Let him know what you were looking for, and he will make you a beautiful holster.